Hey folks, I wanted to talk to you about my new upgraded machine designed specifically for doing the largest rotors around. I put a power feed on it from a mill. Feeds in both directions. It has variable speed. It does all kinds of good speeds. It'll do whatever you want. You know, everything I ever wished it did, this thing does. Makes it pretty cool. I wanted to talk to you guys about why you should be cutting brake rotors. It's about staying competitive. Everybody needs to make a profit. That's what we're in this business to do. We're in the business of selling our labor. We make some money on parts, sure, but really the bread and butter of the automotive industry is selling your labor. If somebody calls looking for a price for a brake job and you're including a set of rotors in the cost of it, and the guy down the street is including cutting the rotors in 5 or 10 minutes, he's going to beat you to death on that job, and you're never going to see that customer. They're going to go to the guy who's willing to cut the rotors if he can, because potentially he could save them several $100s with the price of some of the rotors today. It's kind of a big deal. People care about price, and you better be ready to compete on price alone. You can't do that if you're going to be buying rotors for every car that comes in for a brake job. You can't even hope to give an estimate anywhere near as low as the guy who is willing to cut the rotors. And cutting rotors isn't that big of a deal. This is a 14-inch, right around 14 inches of rotor right here. With a properly serviced and properly equipped machine with the right tooling and in the hands of a competent operator, it's not that big of a deal. Just the belt speed, you should be set. The automotive business, for most people in it, is based on making a profit off of your labor. A machine like this isn't just about how fast it can turn the rotors. What it really can do, its real magic of this machine, is it can save you hoist time. If you look around a shop and you see that there's mechanics sitting around drinking coffee instead of actually working, unless they're on break, they're probably waiting for parts. This is the bane of our existence. As a shop owner, as a shop foreman, as a mechanic, waiting for parts just eats up all your hoist time. Nobody wants to work outside in the dirt. We'd like to work on a hoist. We're more efficient on a hoist. Those parts guys have been telling everybody, no, it's easier and lazier. Do the easy thing. When you're doing that easy thing of not cutting the rotor, you're sitting around drinking coffee, you're not getting anything done, you're not making any money. You're screwing yourself by wasting your time. You're not going to get paid for drinking that coffee. That didn't take very long. There's no way the parts store can compete with me resurfacing a rotor in just a couple of minutes. If you're bidding a price on a brake job that includes a set of rotors, I just kicked your butt. Because I could sell turning the rotors for 25% of the cost of replacing the rotors. I just cut the rotor in a couple minutes flat. You couldn't go to the auto parts store and get the rotors that fast. If you were smart, you could have just picked up the brake pads before you even put the car on the hoist. Now, your whole brake job, the longest it's going to take to do the brake job, is how much time your mechanic screws around. But it's not going to be dependent on the parts guy who might not bring you rotors for several hours, tying up your hoist for the rest of the day. Your mechanic might screw around, but if you have a machine like this that'll cut both rotors like that, in that kind of speed, you couldn't go to the auto parts store to get the rotors and be back as soon, even if the parts store was in your own company. Say you were a dealership and you have a parts department. Your parts department's not going to get you the rotors faster than you could cut them with this machine right next to where the car is being serviced. Time-wise, this machine is about saving hoist time, and everybody and every shop is dependent on how productive each and every hoist is. There's no real machine out there that can save more hoist time than a good quality brake lathe and turning the majority of the rotors. Thanks for your time. If you have any questions about brake lathes, contact us at handydandyupgrades.com. We've been doing this brake lathe thing for quite a while. We might be able to help you out. Thanks for your time.